Hi there, Dr. Sadaf Krishi here, and today we are going to talk about meiosis. Let's start our topic with a bit of introduction. Meiosis is the vital process in sexually reproducing organism, allowing for formation of gametes with reduced chromosome number. This process ensures genetic variation and stability in offsprings, and this process involves two consecutive divisions. The first one is meiosis 1 and the second is meiosis 2, which both of them, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, have several stages or phases in them. Now let's talk about the purpose of meiosis. Meiosis creates haploid cells from diploid cells, and this prepares the cell for fertilization, where two haploid cells combine to restore the diploid number. Now let's talk about the steps of meiosis. As we know, steps of meiosis are categorized under two divisions. The first is meiosis 1 that happens earlier, and then happens meiosis 2 or that happens after meiosis 1. Meiosis 1 is further divided into 5 phases: prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1, and cytokinesis 1. Then happens meiosis 2, which is also divided into 5 phases that are prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, telophase 2, and cytokinesis 2. Now let's talk about the steps of meiosis one by one from the start to end. As we know, what happens first is meiosis 1. Meiosis 1 is reduction division, and this is the phase where homologous chromosomes are separated and the chromosome numbers are halved. As we know, meiosis 1 is further categorized into 5 phases, and the first phase of it is prophase 1. So what happens in prophase 1? Initially, after interphase cell has uncondensed DNA and duplicated chromosome. When prophase 1 starts, chromosome condensation happens and it becomes visible under microscope. After that, synapsis happens, that is synapsis of homologous chromosome, and after them there is crossing over where chromatids exchange genetic material at a point called chiasmata, and this mixing of genetic material introduces genetic variation in the offsprings. Then what happens in meiosis 1 is nuclear envelope breakdown happens. So these are the 5 things that happen in prophase 1 of meiosis 1. Now the second phase of meiosis 1 is metaphase 1, and what happens in metaphase 1? After prophase 1, nuclear membrane is clearly disappeared in metaphase 1 and start of metaphase 1. Then homologous chromosome pair align along the metaphase plate that is the center of the cell in metaphase 1. Then spindle fiber that arise from the centrioles are attached to centromeres of chromosome, and each chromosome is attached to spindle fiber from one centriole. Then after this, the third phase of meiosis 1 happens, that is anaphase 1. In anaphase 1, spindle fiber arising from centriole attached to the centromere of chromosome. Each chromosome is attached to spindle fiber from one centriole, as we know. And now in anaphase 1, each centriole starts contracting its fiber, and the chromosomes goes towards the end of the poles of the cell, and this ensures that now every pole has half the original chromosome number. Then happens the next phase of meiosis 1, that is telophase 1, and the fifth phase, that is cytokinesis 1. We will talk about both of them together. In these phases, first telophase 1, cell elongates and make its shape oval shaped. Then process of cytokinesis starts by formation of furrow by actin and myosin filaments. After that, resultant cells are formed that are haploid but still have double chromosome. So this was about the meiosis 1. After meiosis 1 starts the meiosis 2. And as we know, meiosis 2 has also 5 phases: prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, telophase 2, and cytokinesis 2. In meiosis 2, sister chromatids separate, that is similar to the mitosis, and meiosis 2 is also called as equational division. As we know, the first step in meiosis 2 is prophase 2. So what happens in prophase 2? Initially, after completion of meiosis 1, chromosomes are in uncondensed form, and they are haploid but double genetic material. In prophase 2, chromosome condensation happens and the chromosome become visible under microscope. Then after that, nuclear envelopes break down, and this allows spindle fibers to begin and form, and react with the chromosomes. Now the second phase in meiosis 2 that happens is metaphase 2. In metaphase 2, spindle fibers from centrioles bind to the centrosomes. Each centrosome is bounded by two spindle fibers, like in the mitosis happens, but in meiosis 1 only one centriole is bind to one spindle fiber. But in this case, one centriole is binded to two spindle fiber from both of the centrioles. Chromosome in this phase align along the metaphase plate in each cell. Now the third phase happens of meiosis 2, that is anaphase 2. In anaphase 2, what happens? Spindle fibers pull sister chromatins apart to the opposite pole of the cells. And then is telophase 2 and cytokinesis 2 of meiosis 2. What happens in them? Chromatids reach the poles and the cell divide into two, resulting in the four haploid cells, each with a unique combination of genetic material. As we know, there were as a result of meiosis 1, there were two cells formed, and each of the cells will give rise to two further daughter cells. So overall, there will be four haploid cells or four haploid gametes. So this was all about steps of meiosis 2. And we talked about meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 steps. And now let's at the end point talk about the significance of meiosis. The first significance is it provides genetic variation. Crossing over during prophase 1 mixes genetic material between the homologous chromosome. And the second thing that provides genetic variation is independent assortment during metaphase 1 creates unique combination of chromosomes. The second significance of meiosis is it maintains chromosome number. That ensures that each gamete contains half the chromosome number, so that upon fertilization the diploid state is restored. And also it has evolutionary advantage in which genetic diversity helps population adopt and survive changing environment. So this was about meiosis process and steps. If you like our video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you for watching.